Never mind. I have my tambourines today. So the question I have for you is, how many of you play a musical instrument? If you play a musical instrument, type in the chat box. And then my second question is, how many of you would have always wanted to play a musical instrument? This may not seem like a musical instrument, but it is. I love tambourines. A customer gave this to me a few years ago when I worked in sales at a cell phone store. And this is my red tambourine. And I haven't really gotten it out recently, but boy, this can be a lot of fun. But really what I'm talking about this morning is I'm talking about learning new things. And are you making an effort to learn something new every single day of your life? That's the question I have.
Or even be open to learn something new.
Well, and the reason I ask this, because this is the part of the answer, besides working out and keeping your body healthy, is part of the answer of living a longer life, living a healthier life, living a happier life, is learning something new every day of your life and making an effort to do so. So a lot of times people will stay stagnant. They get to be, our age, and they're like, "Oh, I've learned everything that I need to know."
Everything that's important.
Wrong. That's wrong. There's so much to learn out there about all kinds of things. I'm learning something about tile work, how to install tile, how to cut tile, how to do all that. If you would have asked me even a year ago, would I be learning how to do tile work? I would look at you and say, "What? You're crazy. I have no idea how to do that." And now I'm installing tile. But it's cool to learn something new. It keeps your brain active. It keeps your mind active. It keeps your focus and when you're doing tile work, you have to be present. You cannot be anywhere else. You have to do intricate cutting, planning, and all that. And so that's my point today, is really the secret to a longer life, the secret to a happier life, has to do with physical work, which is what we do here with kettlebell training, but it also has to do with learning something new every single day of your life, really making an effort to learn something different. I started painting in January. Would have thought I would have been if you can't find anything in your grasp to learn, pick up a book, start reading a new book and learn something about something, learn something new. And that's part of the secret of, a happy life. And also
read all the classics. That's what I've been doing lately, is listening to them on tape. All those books I should have read.
And this keeps you away from, as you age, it keeps you away from
the bars.
Maybe not.
Sometimes.
When you get older and you can't remember things, like I can't remember the name of Alzheimer's.
We just talked about that.
Alzheimer's, and it keeps your brain active. And so, I've seen it. I've seen people that have gotten older and sit in front of a television all day or a computer screen. And it doesn't help your brain any. Learn something new every day.
Learn how to sit in front of four
computers.
Learn how to sit in front of four computer screens every day.
For what? Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're talking about learning something new. I learned how to play the tambourine. Do you play a musical instrument? That was my question. And if you don't, would you like to? And why aren't you? Why aren't you learning how to do something that you would really like to do? That's the question I have for you today. In the meantime, we would like to thank Alan for being here. He's so loyal. Andy, Steve, Peter, good morning. And Peter's always saying good morning on Facebook. So I'll say good morning to all of you. And so type in the chat box something that you're going to look into today that you've always wanted to do, something new that you're going to learn, or something new that you have learned recently. I would like to know. I'd like to know that. Very, very interesting subject.
I'm going to see how today goes. I did. You remember that crazy move I did there
last night? No, that's not that kind of a show, guys.
No, not that kind of a show.
No, we were working late.
It was in a shower.
Okay, it's still not that kind of a show.
That sounds better. No. Anyway, I zigged when I should have zagged. I think I pulled my pack.
Okay, this is the real story. We were grouting a shower. We were building a shower for a client, and we were grouting the shower last night after the lacrosse game that we went to. My grandson plays lacrosse. I have a 17-year-old grandson.
Another 5 goals and 5 assists he got. That was what he got the last game. The kid's a machine.
He's been approached by a college lacrosse coach for a college. So exciting. He's 17 years old and he is amazing. And lacrosse is interesting. We learned something new about that game as well. It has some really interesting rules, lacrosse does. But anyway, David was in the shower. We were grouting a shower, and he hoisted himself up because he had to literally get up here to grout, and he pulled a pec muscle.
A little bit. We'll see how it goes.
So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, okay, let's get going.
Let's do it.
Okay, everybody up this morning, and we'll get started with a little bit of a warm up. And you can do this at random. You don't have to follow us exactly. Do your own thing. We're just getting the body warmed up before we throw the kettlebell up over our heads. That sounds like a good thing. We're here. Hi, Mindy. Good morning. I saw you just hop on. So happy to see you this morning. All right. Let's do it. Oh my God. So I'm really happy. I'm really looking forward to some sun.
Yeah.
On my,
we've had one day
on my skin.
sun.
Just a little bit of sun. A friend of mine, Luke, I know he had some, this is just dropping on my arms here, guys. We're hopping. He had a metabolic testing done to see, what he was lacking or what he had in his body. And he lived in Canada. He doesn't anymore. He lives in Mexico now, but he was lacking vitamin D. And that's a common thing for people that live up here in the north, where we don't really see a lot of sun. Heart openers, just opening up our hearts, being grateful for everything that we have in our lives, and then coming around and doing a little bit of body tapping to wake everything up in our bodies. That feels really good.
Yeah, I don't think he's pulled it.
Okay.
I would have felt more.
I think but anyway, we're talking about vitamin D, and it's common in areas that do not see a lot of sun, and here in the state of Maine, in the winter, we lack sunshine. So I'm just looking forward to some sun. We were sitting, the sun felt good yesterday. It was a little bit windy at the lacrosse game, but we were sitting in the sun a bit. Doing a little bit of a twist here, body tapping as we come around. I love body tapping. Can we do body tapping again tomorrow?
Sure.
We'll do a whole body tapping tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Really, really cool way to get yourself woken up. Get woke. And really beneficial to your health. Another thing that I do, I should do it a little more regularly than I do, but it's called dry brushing your skin, dry brushing. And dry brushing is basically, there's brushes, certain brushes you use. You don't just use a regular brush. There's 3 different types of brushes for the different parts of your body. So there's a bigger brush for your legs and your torso. There's a face brush, and there's a medium brush for your arms and the chest area. And basically what you do is you take some oil, like essential oil, and you put it on your palm and you rub the brush in it, and then you lightly go over your skin towards your heart. So if you're starting on your hand, you're bringing it up, and you go towards your heart. If your legs, you're bringing it up. And it's called dry brushing. And it's great for the skin. It's great for everything under the skin. I'm a little behind. I'm doing shoulder rolls. But it's something that I took up a few years ago, my oldest daughter introduced it to me, and it's really good for your skin. It exfoliates, but it also just really wakes it up, gets everything going underneath the initial layers of the skin.
Dry brushing is very much like massage, like body tapping. It brings your awareness to your entire surface of your skin. It's the largest organ in your body, a lot of functions.
And what happens is when you're dry brushing and bringing it towards your heart, the blood flow, it brings it towards your heart, which is the heart is where everything originates, all your blood comes from. So it's a really cool process, and it feels good, and it's you can do it before a shower or after a shower, but I have all three of the brushes. And if you want more information, or if you want information on where to find such brushes, message me and I can give you that information where I got mine. Because they're special. They're not like, you don't go to
It's not a hairbrush.
Right. It's not a hairbrush. Yeah. But it's a really cool thing to do. And for beautiful skin too, it helps with your skin. A lot of people have asked me, about how I take care of my skin at my age, and that's part of it, although I should do it more often. All right.
Let's
So
do it.
we're ready? I'm just going to adjust this. I hope everybody's ready to work out this morning. And if not, you can watch us. I'm going to take my ring off first.
All right. Yeah, jewelry and kettlebells, rings, it doesn't like me.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Right. Kettlebell, between our feet.
Sensei David Hills, kettlebell trainer, extraordinaire.
Handle east and west. Fold at the hip. Kick your hips back. 1. Hips back. Hips forward. 2.
And I'd like to say thank you to all of you who are new. Thank you to all of you who watch us every day. We love having you here with us.
Bring it to one side. The kettlebell is going to want to make you do this. You have to resist it. Keep yourself symmetrical and even. Sit back.
You can grip with your toes. Solidify your core.
The other side.
Hips back and squeeze your glutes as you come up. By the way, we'll make this statement that
Bring it to the middle.
are working out at your own risk. You do not take any responsibility for any injuries.
We take very little responsibility, period.
But doing, what do you call this?
I call these.
And really the way to do this is you grip with your toes and you solidify. Going the other way. Now let the kettlebell around your body without moving your torso. What works your core.
Grab it by the horns. Bring it up on your face. And halos.
Halos. And so your arms should brush your ear. And again, you're just moving your arms. You've got your core solid, gripping with your toes, feeling the stability of the ground and the earth, which helps us throughout our day. So this isn't just about a workout here. This is about our life, our day, and how we create the foundation here first thing in the morning to be able to live our best day, our best life every day. Life is short, people.
Eight. 2 more. Sit down. 20. tendon each way is a little bit different.
That was hard. It wasn't hard, but it was like, I'm like thinking, how many have we done? I hope he's counting. And don't forget to stay hydrated, everybody. Make sure that you're drinking enough water throughout the day. It's important to stay hydrated as we.
Whew. Okay. Swing the kettlebell up to the rack position. Oh, yeah. Oh.
It seems heavy today.
Yes, I know. So, you're not going to just press the kettlebell straight up. You're going to do what's called a push press. You're going to sit back into your hips, push press. You're going to start it moving using your hips and then press it. Here we go. Once it's moving, continue and press. Full lockout. Elbow fully locked. Wrist, don't let it bend back. You can open your hands and point your fingertips to the ceiling. What happened?
I'm resting while you're
Oh,
talking.
no worries.
Either we're gonna do it or
We're doing it. Take the other hand, reach behind your head, grab the arm and pull it towards your ear. Full lockout position. Now, imagine you're doing a one-armed pull-up. Pull it down, pull it until your chin goes over the bar. Press it overhead. Slowly pull it in, pull it in. That's 2. Pull it. Visualize yourself doing a one-arm pull-up. Again. Change hands. Sit back into your hips. Use your body up overhead. Full lockout, wrist straight, arms straight, shoulders seated. Crush the handle with your grip and one-armed pull-up. Push press. One-armed pull-up. 2, 3. 4. 5. Sit down. Now,
Wow, those are hard.
so what we just did, these were called negatives. There are 3 ways of using a muscle. What they call concentric contraction, which means I grab the weight and I concentrically contract my muscle and bring it to the fully flexed position. Now, if I then slowly lower it, I have to keep it contracted but slowly release. That's called eccentric contraction, which is what the weightlifters call a negative. So a positive would be doing this, a negative would be slowly lowering it. Eccentric contraction is a very important type of strength, one that you will use throughout your day. The third type is static, where you just hold it still. Hold the kettlebell on the rack. This is a static position, but I am contracted in order to maintain stability and control. So concentric, eccentric, static. Today's theme is eccentric contraction, right? Negatives. Okay, so take your kettlebell, swing it to the rack position. And slowly come down. More. Change hands. So. Yes. Very nice. All right. Bring your kettlebell back up to the rack position. Move towards the back of the mat, giving yourself room to step forward. Nice long step. Nice and slow. Come on down. Down. Down slow. Feet. Down slow. Up fast. And set it down. Yeah.
Static is hard.
Yeah.
Like
Concentric, yep. It's a very,
when you're saying static,
yep.
when you're like just holding it, that's
Oh,
hard too.
yes. Absolutely.
You think because you're not moving it, that it's easy, but it's actually the opposite.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's do actually one more static control. This is exercise we don't do a lot, called the hot potato, where you're just going to stand, hold the kettlebell like a, I don't know. Anyway, so it's going to be bottoms up, so the handle will be down, and you're going to pass the kettlebell back and forth.
Yeah, holding the actual ball part.
Yeah, let me show you. Like so. Right? And I'm going to tighten my core, and I'm going to hand the kettlebell over to one hand and to the other. Back and forth, like it's a hot potato. And it's going to want to move your body, but you have to resist that. Keep your body still. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Sit it down.
Wow, that really works the core.
It does.
Holy
Just
smokes.
keeping yourself stabilized while those forces are passing through you.
I had to like really my core, tighten out my core. I could feel the muscles working. That is, and it looks, when you're looking at it from the outside, it looks like, oh, that looks really easy. Because just passing it back. Oh no, you're working with your toes, using your core, because you're stabilizing yourself. It's really that, I like them.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to get a pair of kettlebells.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the 12s. If you can leave them there, if you can use the 8s. And we did this exercise a while ago, and I remember you liked it, which is going to be from the ground. You're going to snatch with one hand, put it down, pick them both up,
Yeah, I like that.
put them down, snatch with the other hand.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right, so left, snatch right, that's 1.
Okay.
We're going to do. Here we go. Snatching with the left hand first. and down. Pick them both up. Set them down. 1. 2. 3. Whoops. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Set it down.
I do like that one. Whew. That works the cardio too. I just think you heard my main accent. The cardio. That works the cardio for all of you Mainers. And for those of you who do not live in Maine, we have a Maine accent. We don't pronounce R's.
Unless it ends in an A, then we add an R. Like Augusta is Augusta.
But car.
The car is cat.
Dinner.
Yeah.
And really, the down east Maine accent is really.
It's really, the consonants don't go anywhere. The law of conservation of consonants means that they really just migrate. So someone in Maine packs their car. Somebody in Florida or in Texas washes their clothes.
It's interesting.
It doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Every once in a while, you hear mine slip out. So
you ready to do something a little bit challenging?
That wasn't challenging.
It was all right. We're gonna do double snatch, rack, squat. Swing, double snatch, squat, and take.
Double snatch, rack, squat.
Yep.
Okay.
So from the ground, double snatch, or you can swing it. Double snatch, rack them, squat, and return. Again. 2. 3. 4. 5. Going to 10. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Send down.
Now, I've never done a double snatch before.
Nice.
My first one.
All right, let's set these aside. Take your big kettlebell. Have a seat.
You've got my.
Oh, yeah. We're going to finish up with some Russian twists.
All right.
Handle towards you. Knees and ankles together. Lean back. Hand. 1, 2, Pick your feet up. 1. Very nice, Miss Kendra.
Thanks for the workout, David. I hope everybody worked out with us. And thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're learning something new every single day of your life. Because it's the secret to anti-aging, to a better brain, to living your life with passion and purpose, to staying present, to being knowledgeable. I want to be an elder that is knowledgeable. Being an elder is different than just being an older person. So that's, elders have experience, knowledge, they teach others as they learn, and they're always learning something new. So that's my goal. And welcome to all of you who are new, who may be watching this. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the people that come every day, that join us every day. We love you. Sending you love, joy, peace, happiness for the rest of your day, and some special healing energies to anybody who needs it today. We'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. for another kettlebell workout and some inspiration. Have a great day.